What's going on, everyone? So, Los Angeles Lakers converted Jordan Goodwin from a two-way to the main roster, and rightfully so. I mean, this young man deserves it. Still 26 years old, plenty of room for growth, upside potential. He said himself, right? Lakers told him, do two things and you'll make the roster. And he did those two things excellent. And he still is doing those things even after the contract. You see a lot of guys, they get a contract. Now, granted, he didn't sign for, 4 or 5 years. Lakers will have him next year on a vet minimum, which is great value. And then we'll see what ends up happening from there. But he's a guy that really has earned his spot on this roster, just doing the dirty work. Two things that the Lakers said, hey, if you do those things, you have a place on this team, and that was rebound, play defense. And he has done both of those things excellent. His hustle, his effort, his energy, right? Just the intensity that he brings, the hustle, the dirty work, right? Him just being a scrapper out there on the basketball court is contagious even at times. And he's a guy that I would like to see be on the Lakers long term. I'm sure he wants to find a home. Been a bit of a journeyman, which I think is funny because everything he's done for the Lakers, he's done everywhere, right? Like he did all these same things for the Phoenix Suns last year. I mean, he was killing us, right? Every time we played Phoenix, like he was giving Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell some fits, and yet, it's the same. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and he has definitely been a treasure for the Lakers. So much so that I genuinely believe there's an argument to start him. Now, I am in the camp that I think Austin Reeves has to be the sixth man. And it has nothing to do with Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves has been fantastic. Austin Reeves has been great these last 30 games or so. Even in that Chicago game, the guy did everything in his power to try to win the game and put the Lakers in the position to win. And Lakers just did everything they could to go against Reeves and him trying to lead us to a win. The jury's still out on Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves coexisting on the basketball court together. But more than anything, it's just the defense, the dirty work, right? You need those things, right? Luka, in particular, to start games, loves to get going in the first, right? You see more often than not, half of his field goal attempts come in the first quarter, right? Because he's a guy that likes to be aggressive, set the tone, kind of get into a rhythm early. And when that happens, you see Austin Reeves kind of fade out. You see LeBron James kind of fade out at times, right? And you don't need another isolation scorer who's best with the ball in his hands that you want to be aggressive, right? You need guys that can shoot, defend, do the dirty work, scrap, right? Because you can always inject that offense at any point if need be. And now Austin Reeves gets to come off the bench and operate and do his thing. I just think a Luka, Jordan Goodwin, Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Jackson Hayes starting five is so much more balanced and can set the tone. Because even in like the Chicago game, before the Lakers kind of took control, I know they ultimately ended up blowing it, but they were in control for a good majority of the game. First quarter was an issue. First quarters, like starting games, right? Even when the Lakers do have a lead, it's usually pretty close. And third quarters are the biggest issues for the Lakers. Third quarters in particular are a problem. Closing quarters too is an issue. But to me, I think Jordan Goodwin kind of helps in those areas, right? Because if you start Jordan Goodwin, again, you have better balance in your starting unit. You can also run the starters to start the third, and again, continue to have better balance. Between LeBron and Luka, you're going to generate enough offense. Also, Jordan Goodwin has shot the three ball very well for the Lakers this year. Dorian Finney-Smith has been much better recently shooting the three ball, right? After he kind of was like, hey, I realize I'm like wide open for these shots. So, instead of rushing it, I need to kind of take my time, settle in a little bit, which I do think he's right? And so now you have those two scrappers, the two versatile defenders alongside Luka and LeBron, with Jackson Hayes as the lob threat, right? Look at Dallas. Dallas had Luka and Kyrie. And the big question was like, how did they make it work? Well, they had three above average defenders around those two. You had, Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively, both above average defenders at the center position. You had Derrick Jones Jr., who last season was literally the prototype 3-and-D wing. He was everything that every team wanted and really emerged last year. And then you had PJ Washington, who just became this like 1 through 5 defensive anchor for them. And so you had just better balance. If the Lakers can kind of mimic that, I think that that would go a long way. And then now off your bench, you have Austin Reeves, Gabe Vincent, Austin Reeves, Jared Vanderbilt, and Rui Hachimura. And there's your rotation, right? You can sprinkle in a little Dalton Connect or, an Alex Lynn or whomever if you need to, but you kind of got your main 9 guys that you can run for your playoff rotation. I just think that that's so much better balance. It helps Luka, helps Austin Reeves because now he can come off the bench. He can be more aggressive. It's easier to kind of scatter their minutes and stuff. So now LeBron goes to the bench. You insert Austin Reeves. Now you have Austin Reeves and Luka, and we've seen that them as a pairing, them as a duo, are more than capable of working. And now Austin Reeves got to come in and immediately establish himself and be aggressive. When Luka goes to the bench, you can have Reeves and LeBron on the court, right? You can just kind of have this balance and then have times where Luka and LeBron on the court. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have all 3 on the court at times, but I just think if you have Goodwin in the starting unit alongside a Dorian Finney-Smith and a Luka, LeBron, and Jackson Hayes, now Jordan Goodwin, one, is going to get more confidence, right? Which probably lead to shooting the ball better. But now you have the scrappers that can better establish you in the first quarter and early on to better dictate games. And again, Jordan Goodwin has not been a slouch this season by any stretch of the imagination. So to go over the stats real quick, we'll call it 21 minutes, 20 and a half minutes he's averaging, getting 5.3 attempts, shooting 47% from the field. He's shooting 41.3% from three-point range. He's shooting 52% from two-point range, has an EFG of 56.5%. Now, it's all limited attempts, right? But, again, he's not going to get 7, 8, 9, 10 attempts anyway. Right? So, if he can maintain that 40% from three-point range, rebounding, he's an excellent rebounder. He's giving you 4 rebounds a game, right? This is a guy that, looking at his per 36. Now, per 36 doesn't tell you the entire story, but it gives you a pretty good idea, right? 7 rebounds, 11 points, 2.5 assists, 2 steals, and a block per game is what he would give you if he was getting full starting level minutes. Right? Now, again, I'm not saying you have to play him 30-plus minutes a night. You can keep him around 20, 21 minutes. I think primarily first quarter to start, trickle in a little bit in the third, or in the second, third quarter to start, trickle in a little bit in the fourth, and boom, you're in business. But as always, this is a discussion. Pass question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, yes, Jordan Goodwin needs to be a starter? Do you disagree? Kind of mixed in the middle? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it, so let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one.